Hello, Enid. I'm Jerald Gilbert, your city manager, and I'm happy to come and spend some time in front of you, in front of the camera, here with Shay, who's taking care of making me look good, and just share a few thoughts with you. So today, in another episode of Freestylin with the city manager, I want to come and just visit about a few things, but also on the way in here, I think I've already lost track of, I don't know if this is episode 5 or 6, and so I thought I had a question for you smart folks out there, because I was thinking about all these episodes of Star Wars that we have, and I'm sure a lot of you are like me, love Star Wars movies, but I've kind of lost track now over time, you know, beginning with, I think the first one was in '77, about how many movies there are. So haven't made those many episodes of Freestylin yet, but I bet you we're going to get there eventually, because I'm making about one a week, and I appreciate the communications department and Shay getting them out there. Today I just got a few things. I just noticed that saw Maggie Jackson. She made an update for her Garfield County show and update, and I was pleased to hear that there's only, was it 7 or 9? Only 7 or 9 COVID folks with active infections in Garfield County. It's just incredible how the development of the vaccine and the efforts of people over time have led us past the highs back in late November, early December, where we were nearly 700 infected folks in the county, to where we are today. So that's a blessing, and I'm thankful for that. And I do appreciate the great job that the county did, Maggie Jackson and her folks, in helping us navigate this. I think pretty much everywhere mask requirements are done, except for maybe hospitals and maybe nursing homes. So that's a great thing to be thankful for as we go into this wonderful weekend. If you haven't been downtown, there's a lot of activity going on down there. The event center, the Stride Bank Center, had our first conference, or multi-day conference, with a hotel on site. And all of those people stayed at the downtown hotel. So if you haven't noticed, there's been a lot of cars in that hotel parking lot. It has been, I can easily calculate, more than 40% full, which is fantastic. I've been down there a couple times to see it myself, visit with our good friend and owner down there, Pervish Katari, who's always a wonderful conversation to be had. I think he's doing a great job. The hotel has been nearly full, and I think it's on the upswing, so great activity down there. It's going to make a lot of things possible. We have the National Junior College World Series coming up, actually starting, is it next week or the week after? I think it's the 29th. And it's going to run for about a week. That's exciting stuff. We have an axe throwing place opening downtown. If you haven't been there, it's open. So you can come down there and throw axes, or as they say, kick axe, and have fun. It's open. There was a big story about it on the front page of the Enid News and Eagle today. So either read about it or stop by. It'll be great. They also have foosball in there. And I can tell you, I can play a little bit of foosball. So I might spend some time down there. I probably can't throw an axe very well, although I might try. And but I can play foosball. So if there's any good foosball players out there, I'd like to test my skills. And while I might not be a fighter pilot, if you've watched a previous episode, I am and could be. If they had an Olympic event in foosball, I could probably play. So I may see you down there if you want to play some foosball. Let's see, what else is going on? Busy weekend. Shay does some double duty. I see him at Outlaw games, and I bet you I'm going to see him again tomorrow and Sunday, because the Outlaws are playing. It's fantastic basketball. It's exciting. We've got a winning team. Come on out. Tickets are pretty cheap. I think they're like $8, and you can come. It's great entertainment. It's about 3 hours or less. Get in and get out, have a good time, spend some time downtown, buy some food, spend some money, stimulate the economy. It'd be great for all of us. Let's see, Memorial Day activities coming up. Memorial Day coming up on the 31st. The city has a full slate of activities running from Friday the 28th, where the Veterans Memorial Bridge, the new Highway 81 overpass on Van Buren, will be dedicated. That ceremony is going to happen at 10:30. That's going to be a great event. Saturday, I believe there's some 5K and fun runs out at Woodring Airport that Elaine Johns and the Woodring Wall of Honor put on. Sunday, there's a lot of activities in the afternoon. There's stuff happening from 2 to 10, all kinds of stuff. bikers coming in, car shows, just fun stuff. Food trucks, come on out. It'll be some fun stuff. And I hope to be there. Probably be there with my old 65 Chevelle. That old 65 Chevelle is a wonderful thing. It's, of course, priceless to me. Doesn't look great. It's not the sexy two-door kind, the muscle car. It's just a four-door working man's car. And it's important because my grandfather, Conrad Pruitt, bought that vehicle in 1965 from, you guessed it, he bought local, Northcut Chevrolet. He bought that in 1965. And so although I don't have the sticker on it, because probably that would have given somebody sticker shock to know you could have bought something like that for, that's probably $1,000 or something, or a few $1,000 back then. I do have the manual that says Northcut Chevrolet, so Granddad drove that back and forth to Champlin Refinery. Champlin Refinery, we used to refine gasoline here in town, so for those of you that don't know, take a look in the archives, look at Enid Buzz, go to the library, look at the museum, or just go out on Willow way out there and you'll see a bunch of tank batteries where a subsequent iteration of Champlin called Anadarko Resources, I think, owns it or is at least responsible for the environmental issues out there. Sunoco may have the oil tanks. Anyway, I digress. Let me talk a little bit about city business. We just finished a busy week, busy probably 3 weeks on budgets with at least 4 meetings. The City Commission approved the budget Tuesday night for, gosh, I think it's $180 million in expenses. That's probably a little inflated because we move funds around and they get counted a couple of times, but there's about $100 million in actual expenditures, and over 20 million of those are in capital infrastructure expenditures, fixing things, over 9 million on streets. So I'm very excited. I'm thankful for city staff and the commission, and I know that we're going to fulfill that budget and spend all that money. Because one thing I've learned as your city manager and an employee here, formerly the chief financial officer for 16 years, we don't get credit for saving money at City Hall. We got to spend it, and we got to spend it in a good way, a responsible way, and I think there's no better expenditure than spending it on infrastructure that all of us benefit from. Economic development occurs based upon that foundation. Fantastic stuff. So good stuff happening with budgets. Let's see. Thank you, Commissioner Saragusa. You left me a message before lunchtime today. I didn't have a chance to call you back yet, but you were thanking city staff for the great work they're doing on 42nd Street. And yes, they are getting some rock down on 42nd. Thank you. It is always encouraging to myself and to city staff to hear good things when people see good things happening. Whether it's a result of what we're doing at the city or not, we like to hear that because obviously we hear plenty of the other. Anytime that folks want to give us constructive criticism, we're listening. I'm listening. But I do got to say, listen to a voicemail before I came over here from somebody who didn't live constructive criticism. In fact, they were on some kind of crazy rant, threatening and using terrible profanity. I know the folks that watch this on YouTube, they understand that's not the way to get stuff done at City Hall. I don't know exactly who that person was, but I can honestly tell you, I'm not paying attention to you. So that's not the way to get our attention at City Hall. So I thought I'd share that with you. Marcy Jarrett, I know you're leaving us. I appreciate all you've done. You've done a fantastic job with visiting and leading that organization for about 12 years. And you're going on to Midwest City, and I know they're going to do great things in Midwest City. As a direct result of having you and as a direct result of your input and leadership here, we've done great things in Enid. And even though you're gone, we're going to continue to do even greater things because, as you know, whether it's you or me or anybody else, this town's been around for 127 years. It's on an upward trajectory. We're doing great things, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be your city manager. I live here because I want to live here, and I'm looking forward to a great weekend where I can spend time downtown, probably go out and eat somewhere here in town. I know I'm going to be at the basketball games, enjoying that. And then I know next weekend, all kinds of activities with Memorial Day. So there's plenty of stuff to do here in town. And if I ever hear anybody say they don't know what to do, please take a look at the Visit Enid calendar that they keep of things to do. And if that's not convincing enough, I know former City Commissioner Tammy Wilson will be happy to tell you about all the things that are going on. And by the way, Tammy, thank you for the things you're doing. You're doing great things, offering stuff for people to do in town. So let me check my list one more time, because I've already been given I only have 1 minute about 5 minutes ago. But since it's my show, I can take as long as I want, but it's up to you whether you watch and listen to it all. I think I'm done, folks. Have a great weekend. I look forward to working with you now and in the future. See ya.